Here on another series of the Odyssey, where we relate real-life people to characters in the story. I'm here with my friend Ramesh. Hi, Ramesh.
Hi.
Ramesh here is Keaton's father, and he's going to tell us how he relates to Poseidon. So, can you tell me how you relate to Poseidon?
Well, I like to consider myself strict, demanding, and I get what I want.
So, just like Poseidon, he was a strict guy, and he forced Odysseus to respect him.
Right.
Okay, can you give me an example of how you, as a father, would relate to him?
Like when Catan was in school, he got a D, and I felt like I wasn't respected. So I was stricter on him. I did not give him what he wanted easily until he improved his grades, and I felt like I wasn't respected.
So you feel just like in the book where Poseidon was strict on Odysseus because he hurt his family, you wanted to gain respect for him.
Yes.
Okay. So have you grown from this, or are you still like the strict parent?
Well, yes, I have, because now he respects me, and I feel good about him because he gets good grades.
So you watch him more. You keep
Yes.
the line like Poseidon. And I'm casting a show, The Odyssey, where I relate real life people to the characters in the book. I'm here with my friend David Smith. Hi, David Smith. How you doing,
Nick?
In this show, I'm going to relate how David Smith here is like Telemachus. He grew up without a father, and so did David Smith. So I'm going to ask him a few questions on how he would relate to him. David, how do you feel that you are like Telemachus?
Well, like you said, Nick, I grew up without a father, and when I had problems, I didn't know how to face them.
Right. So can you give me some examples?
Well, when I was younger, I was being bullied at school, and I didn't know what to do. So I just ran away from my problems. I didn't know how to stand up for myself, so I just ran away from them.
So you feel that Telemachus was like you?
Yes, or I was like Telemachus.
Okay. So, do you feel that you have grown from this?
Actually, I have grown from this because my father came back last year and he wanted to be in my life, and he also taught me how to be more of a man, and he taught me to stand up for myself.
So you feel you've become a man now that your father's come back?
Yes.
And you feel Telemachus has grown too?
Yes.
Okay. It's good having you on the show, David.
You too, Nick.
Nick Henry here on another series of The Odyssey, where we relate real-life people to characters in the story. I'm here with my friend, Mike. Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Hey, Nick.
Mike's here to tell us how he relates to a suitor. Mike, how do you feel you relate to a suitor?
I relate to a shooter because a couple years back, I remember when I had this girlfriend that I was very arrogant to and disrespectful.
So, when he's saying that, so you were basically a jerk.
Yeah, I was kind of a jerk, and that's kind of like the people from Homer's book, The Odyssey.
Okay. So, can you give me an example of when you were like a suitor?
Like, I remember times when I would go inside her house and just sit there and eat her food and ask her for money and not even pay her back.
Just like the suitors did when they fed off of Odysseus's lands, and they just basically destroyed his whole home and his lands.
Well, it wasn't that bad.
Well, you were just an easier version of it.
Yeah, mild.
So, do you feel you've grown from this, or are you still like one of the suitors from the story?
I think I've grown from this because I'm not that disrespectful to girls anymore, and I don't feel I'm that arrogant and mean to girls.
So you feel you're trying to
with
turn
another series of The Odyssey, where we relate real life people to the story. I'm here with my friend Keaton. Hi, Keaton.
Hi.
Keaton is here today, and he's going to relate how the males in his family relate to the gods. So, Keaton, who's like the top member of your family?
Well, I have to say the top leader in my family has to be my dad.
So you feel your dad leads you guys through a lot of things? Like, he's the quiet one, but he'd lead your family when they're going off right path.
Yes, he is the quiet one, but he is the most powerful one.
So everyone obeys. Like, when he talks, everyone has to listen to him, even if they don't agree with what he says?
Yeah. Like even if you don't agree with what he says, like, you might want to stick up for yourself, but by the end of the day, he'll probably get what he wants.
He gets by the word. So,
but he does make good decisions.
Okay. So, who's under your dad? Like, is there someone who else you can go for secondary answers?
Yeah. I definitely have to say it'll be my Uncle Irvin.
Your Uncle Irvin.
Yeah.
So What does he do for you?
Like he gives me guidance on like a lot of stuff. He gives me good answers, and he gives me like if I do something bad, he'll give me my punishment. Like for example, like when I was deciding on what school to go to, he's the person I went to, and he chose me whatever school would be best for me.
So that's how your family are related to gods.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on the show.
The Odyssey, where we relate real life people to the characters in the book. I'm here with my friend Quentin Sr. Hi, Quentin Sr. How you doing? In this series, we're going to be relating Quentin Sr. here to the character Odysseus. I'm going to ask Quentin here some questions. Quentin, how do you feel that you relate to Odysseus?
I feel I relate to Odyssey because in the past, I've noticed that I put pride before everything else.
So you feel pride is Odysseus' fatal flaw?
Not only is it Odysseus' fatal flaw, I feel it's mine because sometimes I'm afraid to be wrong, and I believe whatever I do is right.
Do you have any examples of when this happened?
Just like earlier this morning, I told my daughter that the garbage can was open, and I thought it was open, but it was closed, and I was so embarrassed that I just had to leave the room because I knew I didn't feel like hearing her say, "Haha, you were wrong. I told you."
So you didn't apologize because you knew you were wrong because you were too proud?
Yeah, I was always too proud.
So we're seeing, have you grown out of your pride, or are you still with your pride?
I'm still working on it, but pride still sometimes gets possessed.
Thank you for coming on the show.
This is Nick Kenny here with another series of The Odyssey, where we relate real people to characters in the story. I'm here with my friend Quentin. Hi Quentin, how you doing?
Mhm.
Quentin's going to tell me how his family members relate to goddesses. Quentin, who's like the big goddess in your family?
My sister Megan is like the big goddess, mainly because she like helps other people around her, but at the same time, if you like say something bad to her or try to make fun of her, she'll just shut down and just not talk to you for a long time and just leave you on your own.
So from what I'm hearing, she sounds like Athena because she likes to guide people in the right direction and lead them with the right choices.
Yeah.
She doesn't like to be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Okay. So who would be someone under them?
Like my sister Constance, I would see her as a goddess because she whines a lot. Like if you tell her to do something, she'll whine about it, and then she'll just end up doing it. Like it's like kind of weird. And then every time I see her, she's always just whining every day.
So what she sounds like Calypso, because Calypso always whined about when Odysseus had to leave. So, but she listens to a bigger, like someone who is stronger than her.
Yeah, my father.
Okay. So, do you feel that they have grown from this, or are they still like the same people?
They stayed the same for a long time.
Same people. Thanks for being on the show, Quentin. Have a good
Thanks.
day.